What's up, folks? This is Steel. Welcome back to Steelcast 27 once again. This is a subscriber series video featuring Der Krampus in the Tier 6 Russian Premium Cruiser Molotov. Before I get into the match, I wanted to give you a quick update, a channel update. Some of you may know, or can guess for that matter, that YouTube isn't my full-time job. If it was, that would leave me in a pretty sorry state, financially wise. Dear Lord. What that means is I run this channel on my free time. That being said, I'm moving. The mortgage and house shopping process is no joke. It's pretty stressful and time consuming, and I'm literally in the thick of it right now. I have been for about a month. So I had to make an executive decision and take a summer break. Well, not completely. I'm still hoping to post subscriber series videos, maybe some compilations, but my usual ship reviews and history and combat videos will be put on hold for now. They simply take too much time. It's a shame too, because I literally have footage for an Aoba review ready to go, and I just haven't had the time to put it all together for like the past 2 weeks. It's pretty stressful wanting to keep the pace of videos up, and I don't want to let you guys down with regards to quality or quantity. I appreciate all the support I've gotten helping the channel grow, though. So all in all, sit tight for the next couple months while I sort everything out. I gotta make the wife happy. Then I'll be back. And you'll know when that happens when I post that Aoba video. But let's not make this all about me. Let's talk about Der Krampus and his Molotov prowess. One of the things that you'd love to see when you're playing World of Warships is your teammates moving out, and that's exactly what's happening here with Der Krampus's team. Everyone moved out into the position, didn't hang back. Now, destroyers get a little bit cocky sometimes, and that Mitsuki paid the price. Now, initially you would think that, you know, when the game was designed, that the 6-inch gun ships, say like the Clevelands and the Konigsbergs and, you know, the CLs, that they would be the best at taking out enemy destroyers, and they're really good at it. The problem is a lot of them, I'm thinking about the Cleveland right now, or talking about it at least, is their gun characteristics, or the arc isn't the best. So, you know, when you're taking a medium to long shots at destroyers, it's a hit or miss kind of situation. But, you know, these Russian 7-inch guns that the Molotov possesses have proven to be really effective. I mean, you can see he took out that Mitsuki with relative ease. I think one shot for 5,000, which was amazing. And that Mitsuki wasn't actually playing that smart considering his role, but you have to take them when you get it. If you leave him alone, he gets away and drops torps and sinks one of your battleships, so you have to address him. The Russian cruisers make it really easy to do that, and the Molotov especially. The 7-inch guns just have that a really nice mix of accuracy, punch, and reload that make them very dangerous in all circumstances. Now, the only thing that you really have to worry about is surviving. And like I said before, the Molotov is a Russian Tier 6 premium, featuring all of the same Russian traits that you're familiar with if you play the line. They're fast with a slow turn, 7-inch guns with phenomenal range, and the characteristics to reach out and touch anybody and hurt everybody within that range. Now, I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about the Molotov at all, and I have to admit, while I'm sitting here, I feel a little bit jealous of guys who bought this ship, because I like the Kirov, and the Molotov seems just to be a better version of the Kirov. Outside all of those characteristics I listed before, though, it made an impression on me the other day when I put a full Cleveland AP salvo at like 5 clicks, pretty much broadside, and the Molotov shrugged it off. Shrugged it off like Ivan Drago. But these punchy 7-inchers were coming back at me. So the disparity between the two ships became really apparent, and more on top of that, there's not much to hit on the Molotov with HE either. They don't have much of a superstructure, and if all the other parts of the ship are armored, you know, HE just won't do any damage. So you can see why Der Krampus here is leading the way. But I'll tell you what, ships don't make players. Players make ships. What you'll see here is an example of overthinking and cautiousness without ship understanding versus confident match-winning aggressiveness. I personally love aggressive play. I love moving into position to shoot because you can easily pick off one or two ships just like Der Krampus did and make a huge impact. The less ships for your team to have to shoot, regardless of whether or not they're noobs or scrubs or great players, it starts like the snowball rolling down the mountain. And this is basically what's happened on this western flank. Because of Der Krampus's aggressiveness, his team was able to become aggressive themselves simply by the fact that they didn't have any targets that Der Krampus was allowing them to get damage on. So they have to move in, and that's perfect. That's how you win a sector. But this is World of Warships, and you never know what can happen on the other parts of the map that you don't have control of. So the only thing you really can focus on is what you have in front of you, surviving, doing damage, and then hoping you have the time to address those other situations sometimes. Der Krampus has already had a phenomenal match. Citadels, Torp strikes, 40,000 odd damage, and he's still not done. The match isn't even half over yet. This is perfect. There's a specific combination of feeding and tentativeness that's going on here. And the interesting thing about this match is that Der Krampus isn't going up against really bad ships. He's going up against a couple of Molotovs here and a Texas. Now, premium ships are a hit or a miss. Good players buy premium ships because they need the credits, and people that don't necessarily want to spend the time playing and learning the game buy premium ships too. So it's a mixed bag. Here, these two Molotovs are content with showing their broadsides the entire match and trying to use their range. Now, they probably read a guide somewhere that said that the Molotov has really good range and accuracy, but you drive broadside and that can happen, and that's exactly what Der Krampus is making them pay for. Now, another interesting aspect about World of Warships is momentum. Number one, it's always good to have momentum. Just like I said before, Der Krampus made it so that his team was confident enough to move forward. But at some point, you're going to come across a player that's content with driving on the back of the map on the B line. And right now, Der Krampus has, 4 ships on his team trying to get this guy that's basically driven himself out of the match for the time being. But they had to clear him out. Otherwise, if everyone turns in and forgets about him and leaves him, he can shoot you from behind and he can go and back cap. So it has to be addressed. Now, a good player that can shoot, like Der Krampus has proven himself to be, oh my god. Well, he has a choice whether or not to continue after that ship, which this guy made it kind of easy, or turn in early to try to address other parts of the map and leave your teammates to clear those, backline drivers, which could take, 10 minutes. And then you're on your own fighting 3 enemy ships in another cap. Meanwhile, your teammates are all just concentrating on that one guy for way too long. So you have to make a choice. Shoot him and kill him yourself, and then clear it so that your teammates can move forward, or turn in and try to fight the enemy early, try to catch them off guard. For me, it really just depends. Like, you have to be able to judge whether or not your teammates are doing damage. If they're doing damage, then you can probably be more confident moving in or turning in and aborting that one guy. But if they're not doing any damage, then you might consider trying to finish him yourself. Now, you always gotta love these kill quests that are going on. So Der Krampus might have that in mind. I don't necessarily know if I got this video when that Mikasa, kill quest was active, but he's definitely ramping up all the kills, and now he's caught a battleship who's trying to address the other parts of the map that we were talking about from the other side. the red team's perspective, and lo and behold, he runs into 4 ships. And this is the greatest part of playing World of Warships. When you know a battleship's not aiming at you when you're in a cruiser, and you're just firing volley after volley, trying to set fires. That's a decent chunk of damage, and more with the dots. My God. Now he could probably get away with shooting AP here, but HE is just as good. It really is. And if one of those shells strays to the back of the ship, he could set another fire with even more damage. Yeah, I've found that shooting AP at battleships at medium to long ranges like this is kind of hit or miss. Especially if they're movie kind of guys, like they like to do a lot of rudder stuff. It's better off. You're just better off shooting HE. That way, if you just land a hit, you get another fire, just like Dirk Krampus just did. And I think that's 2 fires that are raging. This guy's, and that's another kill, man. That's a lot of kills. He's hogging the kills. How are people going to get the Mikasa when you have Dirk Krampus in the match? And now here's a Congo, or a Haruna, or Congo, trying to do some throttle games through the islands here. But meanwhile, the chances of him doing a lot of damage depend on RNG, whereas the chances of Dirk Krampus doing damage are pretty much guaranteed. Now the shot, he smartly moves away. He realized the situation. You'll come across that with good players. The guy's been pretty savvy. He's helped clear the eastern side of the map, presumably. But Dirk Krampus still has to deal with an independence that's out there who is probably going to focus him. And these 2, oh, that's a high caliber. Ooh, nice. Well, anyway, he's got 2 ARP Congos that he's turned into engage at close range in islands. I say advantage. Well, maybe I shouldn't say an advantage. Bombs inbound, but a very nice use of the defensive fire ability, sprays those bombs, so he doesn't even take one. He's actually shooting down planes, nerfing the independence by AA firepower. And there, the Molotov, decent AA, it seems like, against same tier carriers. Now, at this point, 3 caps. You're losing another one, but you have 2 isolated battleships in islands. It's time for torps, baby. But oh man, he's got to address this independence guy. Why didn't you go after battleships? Oh, that was a really fortunate drop for Dirk Krampus. And those battleships aren't in position to take advantage. They're not playing aggressive enough. They're trying to play too smart, I guess you could say. There is such a thing as too smart. You have to be in position to shoot if you want to sink ships, and these guys are, neither of them are. The carrier just helped them out and gave them like a full broadside, but they weren't in position to because they were too scared. And it's going to turn out to bite them because Dirk Krampus is thinking torps at this moment. That's what every cruiser driver with torps is thinking. Now, this kind of situation is perfect for German and Russian cruisers because they can shoot their torps at a forward angle, especially Russians, because they have a really good torp arc. And there's the first set out. The only question with Russians is the range. Well, there's a question with Germans too, but at least they go 6 clicks. But in this case, we'll see. Oh no, one just got eaten by the island. Ugh. Well, let's see if Dirk Krampus can end this match, because I think the point situation is out of control. And Congos have decent avoidance. He just got to avoid that one salvo that he's probably got in the bank. But that should be it. Regardless if their Krampus dies, he's already done a ton of damage. And this game is about to end, folks, because those torps are going to hit, and they're going to hit hard. 609,000 credits, 145,000 damage. Can you believe it? Look at all those ribbons. Top of the team with 4 kills, 145,000, but only 10,000 in return. Der Krampus taking his team on his shoulders and making a win happen. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you liked the video and you want YouTube to let you know when I release more, please feel free to like and subscribe. I plan on putting out 2 to 3 videos per week of ship reviews, history, and gameplay. My live stream is currently on Twitch at the URL right there. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next time.